in for a diagnostic, and so we run the compression check. Everything was fine on the compression. Did the spark check. We're down one cylinder on spark check, so I went ahead and pulled the cover off to do the DVA on the pack. And this motor came from another shop, and they supposedly just changed this pack, and it wouldn't start after they changed the pack, and the owner got frustrated. So anyway, going down through here, here's cylinder number 1, here's plug wire number 1, going to number 1 coil. And if you follow that wire down through here, it goes to number 1, and that is actually on sensor 1, and that's good. So let's go to number 2. Pull the number 2 was the one that wasn't firing. So I went ahead and I don't know what this tape is right here, but someone's taped it up. It's not firing. It might be a bad coil. So if I follow this wire out, the number 2 coil will go down here to here, and I marked that number 4 because that's mated up with sensor 4. So sensor 4 right now is firing this wire, which goes into the number 2 coil. Back over on this side, there's sensor 3. Here's coil wire 3. You follow it down through there, it goes to coil 3, which will go to the 3rd cylinder. And then to number 4. So if you follow this orange wire on 4, it's going to number 2. The reason I know that's number 2 is because it's going to sensor 2. So they've actually got the sensor wires and the coil wires reversed. So sensor 2 is firing number 4 coil, and sensor 4 is firing number 2 coil. And while I'm here, and you've got this going, I might as well do the DVA check real quick, because we still have a firing problem. But I'll straighten out the order in just a minute. So I'll hook up my fancy meter. Go ahead and turn it over. So anyway, it's an intermittent spark we're having on 2 and 4 over on that side of the motor. So while I'm here, let's go ahead and run an output check, because this is where I started this whole thing. DVA, I'm going to need to turn it over again. The output voltage with the DVA meter, this is the total output going to each of the coils. So I'm going to go to number 1 right here. It needs to be 150 or above. Go ahead and turn it over. Above 3, 213, 313. Excuse me, that was 213, 213, 233. Then I go to number 2, and this is the wire going to the coil. All right. Go ahead. About 200, which is above 150, which means it'll fire. Now I'm going to go to number 3, output going up here. Go ahead. 230, it's above 2, which is great. And then going to number 4 right here. Okay. It's above 200, 206, somewhere in through there. And so they all should be firing. If we have a firing problem right now, it's going to be a bad coil. And it already showed up as a bad coil on number 2 earlier, and that's why I've got the X marked on number 2. So I'm going to go ahead and reverse the sensors so the right plug fires, the pack fires the right cylinder instead of reversing 2 on 4. And that's probably why it didn't start before.